So I'm blowing ethically sourced, sustainably sourced Palo Santo your way. May it blow some healing, some calm, and some light into your space. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome. Hi, Angie. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Pam, Andrea. So it's a funny thing, Bonnie, I'm just going to say, Bonnie and I were laughing about, remember the romper room where she looks through the mirror and she says, what is she saying? I see Bobby and Robbie and Carol, all that funny stuff. All right, so, hi, Beth. Hi, Bonnie. So I am blowing your way some Palo Santo, ethically and sustainably sourced, clearing up your energy, releasing your day. Welcome to Rocks with Rhi. I am Rihanna, the Stone Maven at the Dreaming Goddess, coming to you every Tuesday night to talk about a stone. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in and joining me at the end, the beginning, the end, Tuesday night. Hello, hello. So tonight's guest is Sodalite. Sodalite. Are you woohooing the Sodalite, Pam, or the Palo Santo? Because both are worthy of a woohoo. So Sodalite is the magic stone we're going to talk about tonight. Isn't that a beautiful color? So this is the Sodalite raw. And then they've polished this point. It doesn't grow like this, okay? So Sodalite grows in the mass. This is what it looks like. It doesn't grow in a point. So they've polished this pretty point. So that blue, it's very rare that we find blue stones. All right, blue, it's Rocks with Rhi night. Oh, bam, woohoo! Yes, it is. So it's very rare that we find a blue stone, quite this blue. This is really the only blue that is this color. Very distinct blue. All right, so what about Sodalite? So Sodalite is rare because of its color and because of the fact that it does not grow with silicone or feldspar. So those are the two most abundant minerals in the world, is silicone and feldspar. And Sodalite doesn't grow in either one of those beds. So it was discovered before the 1st century. And the only reason we know that is because in the ruins of Pompeii, after Mount Vesuvius had erupted, they found Sodalite in some of the ruins. And I guess Pliny the Elder, Pliny the Elder, not to make fun of his name or his status, but come on, I must have been friends with Pliny the Elder, right? I had to have worked with Pliny the Elder. I just love his name. And who gets to be called Pliny? Pliny the Elder. I love it. Anyway, all right. So he died during the Pompeii cover-up, being covered up by lava. Okay, yeah, I'm okay. And with that death went this history. He was a historian. He was a scholar. He studied crystals. He studied herbs. He studied oils. And with him went all that information. But they did find pieces of Sodalite in Pompeii. It is not seen again in history until it's rediscovered in the early 1800s, like 1811 in Greenland. But then nobody really talks about it again until the late 1800s, early 1900s, when the Princess of Wales was traveling, touring, came across the sodalite, fell in love with it. They then named the mine after her. They called it Princess of Wales Sodalite Mine, wherever. And they ended up sending her 130 tons of sodalite to redo her apartment, her house in London in 1906. So that's when we really see it again, is in the early 1900s. So for hundreds and hundreds of years, it is not used at all, okay? It was often mistaken as lapis because lazulite, 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 which is the mineral that makes lapis blue, is also in the sodalite family. Lapis has flecks of pyrite, which clearly mark it as lapis. There is absolutely no pyrite in sodalite. The white veins in the sodalite is calcite. So they're not really even close in color. I mean, this is definitely midnight blue, where a lapis is a little, it's different. I don't even have any lapis here to show you the difference, but I should have, I'm sorry. So, all right, so what about the poet's stone, the stone of logic, the thinker's stone is what they call this stone. So it is the densest and most grounded of all the darker blue stones. All right, so it's great for meditation. It's great when you're doing deep shamanic work because you can really sink in when you're holding and working with the sodalite. The sodalite clears the mind. It actually does this really nice organizing of the thought process so that you can be more rational. Because of that, it makes it actually an excellent stone for people who have panic attacks. Because when you can stabilize the mind, right? When you can have your mind level off and stop the, swirling, you can then lower the emotional level of your being and reduce your panic attacks. So that's a really nice bonus of the clarity of mind that the sodalite can give you. All right. What else? So with that, with working with the mind, it helps with your psychic abilities, right? Because it's coming in, you're drawing it in right here. The energy is coming right in your third eye, going right into your nirvana chamber, into the center of your brain. So it's helping you to not only sort out the chaotic thinking and become more rational, more open thinking, you can start to think more philosophically. So it's a deeper thought stone. It's great for teachers, students, writers. Yeah, it really brings in the ability to have philosophical principles make sense. So you're really diving in a whole nother level of thinking. Oh yes, it's available in tumbled stones. I'm just holding up some nice big pieces that I have that are going to be shown on Thursday nights live. But we have it. I think that the tag, the Dreaming Goddess tag, is for our tumbled stones. So it comes in tumbled also. All right, let me just see if there's any other. So lots of people need one. Yes, yes. So when you're working with this, oh yeah, and being a teacher, Beth, you absolutely need one right on your desk. So when we can allow our mind to be less chaotic, we can have much more original thinking and have those aha moments where things just kind of click, 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 come together. I love those moments. So that's one of the things that they can do. So because it's going right into the mind and activating and opening your third eye, the way that Sodalite supports you psychically is that it helps us to recognize patterns. And in divination, numerology, and astrology, what else? I Ching, any kind of oracles. When we lay out the cards or lay out the stones, it helps us to map it all out, coming up with what the meaning is, coming up with the pattern interpretation. So I'm seeing Alexandra. So the yellow, sometimes there's red and yellow in it, and sometimes there's black. They're just inclusions. I don't know exactly what they are. And that's usually from them when they come from South Africa. They have more red and brown in them, and it's just something that's getting into the matrix of this stone. As we're opening up our mind, opening up our psychic abilities, we're awakening our evolution. We are clearing the way for downloads and deep insights. When that happens, how another delicious piece of this stone is that it supports us doing deep self-examination. It helps us to, I'm just going to keep showing you stones, okay? So I have these little Sodalite heart dishes. They can be worry stones, they can be dishes, but I'm just going to keep holding them up. But it helps us to go inside and look inside and sort through our own things that don't quite fit for us. How do we organize our self to be in our authentic being? So as we awaken to new thought processes, new insights, and we expand our consciousness, we expand ourselves. So we get to look at who are we, what makes up our character, and really live in a more authentic way where we can accept ourselves, and the things that we don't like, we get to change, right? We get to go, no, that's not working. I don't like that about myself. Let me implement X, Y, Z. So it gives us a more clear perspective, all right, of who we are, which is a lovely thing to know. We need to be more authentic, right? So it helps us with our mind, helps us with meditation. It helps us with our throat chakra. Let's just put it right here. Heart, not her. What's happening? I'm going to go back. Oh, I love that heart dish. I love that heart dish too. I have a bunch of heart dishes. I have a handful of them. I have 4, 5. I have a bunch on the table for tomorrow night. So it's third eye, it's throat chakra, connecting to our heart chakra. 1, 3. So our heart, our throat, and our third eye. So it's great for public speaking. It's great for anyone who does speaking engagements, but it's just good for all of us so that we can have clear communication. Wow. It's just so important these days, especially when we can't see our affect, whether it's behind a mask or we're typing, right? So we're communicating through technology and we're communicating through masks. It's an interesting thing. So having clear words, clear language. And when we connect, all the cats are coming in tonight. Hi, Finn. When we can connect our language with our hearts, then we begin to walk a more clear, so many noises are happening in here, like the snake's falling off her shelf and the cats are meowing around me, that we're actually speaking our truth in a clear, concise way. Hopefully, building a stronger sense of self when we can speak more clearly who we are. So that brings me to Stones Alive. I want to read to you a quick little thing that it says. I like her perspectives very often. So it starts off with people standing firmly in their truth. We need heroes and heroines to show us what is possible. Sodalite is a stone guardian for heroes, heroines, or wannabes, and that's all of us. Because it reminds us of what we know to be true in that awful, wonderful moment when we are put to the test, when we need to be our own superheroes. Sodalite shares unswerving clarity when fear seems out of control. And the affirmation of support is, I am an incredible hero, heroine in the story of my life. So we need to be the heroes and heroines of our own stories by speaking our truths, standing up for ourselves and defending ourselves by speaking our truths gently so that they can be heard. Oh yeah, that's great. To keep your Sodalite with your tarot deck. So clear communication. You want to have it underneath your pillow. They do say it helps insomnia because it's quieting the mind, organizing the mind. So if you are a heavy sleeper, like all your thoughts are going all at once, Sodalite helps to quiet the mind. Alrighty. Creativity. This is a good stone for creative folks because it keeps you in the flow, right? So if you have especially if you're a writer, right? So writers' creative energy, it's perfect for writers, but any kind of creative juices that you need to be in that flow, Sodalite helps us. And I think the white calcite, which is also all about the mind, is really supportive of that flow, staying in that fluidity. The blue reminds me of the night, like this even looks like the night sky. You know, when the sun has gone down, it's not quite dark out, it's that pretty blue sky. And some of these definitely look like speckled stars in the sky, don't they? Constellations. All right, so that is Sodalite. Yeah, the poet's stone, the logic thinking stone. We all need that rational thinking and the aha moments. Yes, everything that I just showed you is all for Thursday night. I've moved it all to the front of the table, so it'll all be ready for you. Also, I'm going to have on Thursday, I have the Sodalite. I have some beautiful amethyst. We have apatite. I'm looking at the table now. Black opal, some aventurine, some ibis jasper. Yeah, I got a beautiful table. I'll post a photo later on. All right, so is it Thursday yet? Oh my gosh, thank you guys for being so excited. I love your excitement, Violet. It makes me happy. I love to see your things, all of you. So fun. Good. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow afternoon at noontime, because tomorrow at noontime, I'm going to actually talk about something very close and personal to me. I'm going to be sharing my Pysanky eggs and the art of Pysanky. It's the Ukrainian egg decorating that my heart aches for. This is 2 years in a row that I cannot do my eggs because now we're moving and I'm crazy. So I'm going to show them off, and I'm going to talk about the history and magic of eggs as we move into spring equinox. And then Thursday night, I'll catch you at the live at 6:30. All right. I love you. If this has been helpful, do share, tag your friends, give me likes and loves. Mwah. Loving you all up. Have a great night.